All right. So, for the one listener who's joined us on this journey so far, Jeremy, the journey is now at an end for the time being. We are on the Beatles' final album, and of course, that's Let It Be. So, let's get right into it. The last first song on a Beatles album. And the three of us are going to listen to Two of Us. All right. So, Two of Us.
I love that song, Robin.
That is a good
Who
song.
Who doesn't like that song?
If you don't like that song, don't talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good way to express a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any fashion that you may have one. I think you can kind of relate to that song a bit.
Yeah.
You know. So,
yeah,
it's like really sweet, and I think it's in the movie I think it starts off with them doing this song in the movie.
I'm not sure. I've never seen the movie.
You know, or whatever was on Pornhub.
Well, yeah.
Or whatever's on Vimeo or whatever it is.
It's probably on Vimeo.
Yeah, I think I watched it on.
They're like.
It's like someone edited it to
Yeah.
they added subtitles and stuff on it and all this stuff. I guess they probably re-edited it. I don't know, but the same people who did that Lennon-McCartney 8-hour-long thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
The iconic.
Yeah. They have Let It Be on Vimeo or something.
No.
I watched it there, but I think it starts off with this song, and obviously they're both pretty into it, singing the song.
Yeah.
I think John thinks it's about him, of course.
No, John, I've read that he did think it was about him.
It's not about him?
No, it's about Linda.
But that's the thing, is it can kind of...
Yeah.
It works either way, really.
I would think it's about me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's about. Of course, you write songs, you just say stuff. So, he's not being really specific. But when he's like, I didn't write about John, he means I was on a road trip with Linda and I came up with an idea for the song.
Yeah.
So I wrote it about Linda. But John's like, no, this is about.
Well, I guess that goes to show how much you can just grab onto it and relate to it if you have a partnership.
Yeah.
With someone. You're like, oh, this is how I feel about us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super relatable.
The two of us. Yeah.
It's one of those good kind of songs that's vague enough that anyone can relate to it, but it
has a lot of
it
meaning.
doesn't miss details.
Right.
It has enough little details to make it interesting.
Right.
Makes it seem personal.
Exactly.
Even though it's not written
that's
about
not easy
you.
to do. A lot of songwriters cannot do that.
Yeah, they're very meaningful song.
Two of Us also gave us the name of the smash hit early 2000s made for television film Two of Us.
Which we should watch.
We're gonna watch it.
It's Lane from Mad Men plays John.
Yeah.
And Aidan Quinn plays Paul.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need to react to it one day.
We do. It's very... I'm sure we've said on...
It's been long enough where I don't remember it.
I'm sure we've said on an episode of this isn't Liverpool,
I've
pal.
probably said it on every episode of this.
But that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
They made a movie for VH1 called Two of Us. Just about post-breakup, John and Paul just hanging out.
It's not even post-breakup. It's post-70s. Isn't it 76 or 78 or something like that?
78,
I
guess.
can't remember.
That's post-everything.
It's supposed to be that day where Lorne Michaels offered him $3,000 to get together. So whenever that was.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Silly Love Songs was out in #1 at the time.
So 76.
Yeah.
We got to save this, though, for that episode.
Okay.
When we watch Two of Us.
Yeah.
But that's just to hype you up. It's a really, really funny movie.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube.
It's not supposed to be, but it is. All right. So let's keep the line moving. And we have one of my personal favorites from this record, and that is Dig a Pony. As I said, that's one of my personal favorites from this album.
Same.
Yeah, it's a definite grower on me. Yeah.
I like this song so much that I've been playing guitar for years.
Yeah.
And I'm still very bad at it.
You're not very bad.
I can play chords. I'll give myself that.
as long as you can play a couple of songs, you're not very bad.
Yeah.
I'm very bad.
All I'm saying is I can't play, like, especially not like guitar solo.
Yeah, you're not a riffer. No.
But I admired this song so much that I learned the guitar solo. And it's one of the only ones I can play.
So you can do it.
Yeah.
You just have to do it a lot.
Yeah.
Either way, I understand because this song is great.
Yeah. I didn't like it when I didn't understand what he was talking about at all. But I feel like as you it's like, oh, he's referring to things. As I learned about the era, as a kid, I was like, this has nothing to do with ponies. I feel gypped, But, you're like, oh, syndicate a boat. I know what you're talking about there, Or roll a stony. I know what you're talking about there, which...
Yeah, I remember...
Also, what a diss. Like, I roll a stony where you can imitate everything you see. Because that's back when John was like, everything we do, they do it 2 months later. But worse,
Which, he's not.
He's not wrong. No.
They were about to come into their own, but at the time, yes.
That was definitely the case.
Go ahead.
Okay, I remember the first time I heard this song. And we were little. And you guys got the album, I guess. And we played it back in the bedroom. And being like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean? In my head, it was like they were burying a pony. And I was like, I don't like this at all. I'm actually quite upset about it.
Maybe they are. I'm just kidding. Why do you like this song?
I don't know. I just like it.
It's just
I like the guitar in it a lot.
Okay.
And,
yeah. I was thinking about how it's yet another,
doing a music review podcast. You're like, why do you like it? I don't know.
What does it do?
Sound good. But, I was thinking I was thinking about how it's yet another John bitchy track or whatever, but it sounds so different from the other ones. Just musically, I don't know how to explain that. It's just
what were his other ones that we talked about?
God, he has Hey Bulldog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's kind of in that same vein as Hey Bulldog.
Right. It's just I don't know why.
He probably was just in a.
It's a little more tranquil than the other ones, I guess.
You got to think. Lennon described this album as the, quote, shittiest pile of badly recorded shit with a terrible feel to it. And that's probably because he was probably, it seems to me, in a gunk at this point in his life. He's like, am I really going to be stuck with these clowns?
Yeah.
For the rest of my life?
Lots of drugs.
Yeah.
He's very sad, it seems.
Right.
So that's probably, why he was writing diss tracks. Though. He's just kind of, man.
Right. He was
sick of it.
Not in a good mood.
Yeah.
He probably was insecure about the Stones being better than them.
Because, like I said, the Stones were coming into their own at this point.
Jumping Jack Flash probably shook him.
Mm.
What?
Right. I mean, they
did an actual great song
at that time.
Right.
It's they were doing really good stuff, and he wasn't really into competing against Paul, I guess. So he was still feeling like he's competing against everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
He was starting to feel that, coming into his own without Paul, and needing to compete with everyone else.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a lot of what his mood is.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's this is a diss track from John, but without the same usual fiery energy that he brings to them.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they are kind of, you feel that he's a little annoyed, but now he's just tired.
Yeah. Do you remember that part in, it's some documentary about John Lennon, and some crazed fan is hanging out outside his door.
Yeah.
And John Lennon invites him in. I think they give him a Pop-Tart, Yeah, and the guy's just you said you could syndicate anything you see, and you can roll anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And John's like, yeah, it's nonsense, man. It's nonsense.
Oh.
All right, so up next is another John song. It is Across the Universe. All right, so that's obviously one of the best known Beatles songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beloved.
I love that song too.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't listen to it as much as I used to, like, when I was little.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like, you know, I still really like that song. I kind of forget about it.
Me too, until it comes on. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This one rocks.
It's one of those, it's like the classics are a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That one's just how can you not like that song?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's another version of it, right?
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, there's that one on Past Masters
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the like
Single
animal sounds or the bird sound.
Yeah. I kind of like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a little faster.
Yeah.
I think I like that one more, but I don't listen to it half of it, even like 1/100th as much as I listen to this one.
Right. I mean, this one's on the album, so.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much for me to say about this song. I mean, it's just
No, I mean,
a
what?
meditative song, and we all know that. I mean,
It used to, we had that lyric book
yeah.
of all the lyrics, all the Lennon McCartney lyrics when we were little, and I'd always go to the back and go to this song when I first started to read. Because I was like, oh, it was like my first poem, I think, that I ever really, really liked.
That's so sweet.
I know. I was like, what is this jive? What?
Yeah.
But I still liked it anyway. It made me think a lot.
All right. Well, yeah, there's just not much that we can add to the discussion about that song. It's a classic.
Yeah.
We know it. You know it. So up next is the first George track, and it's "I Me Mine." Yes. So, "I Me Mine." What do we think?
I like it. I think George, like, originally he didn't want that that chorus or whatever.
Mhm.
I think he was right about not having that.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just think the song's better without it.
This is another one of those George songs that's not finished, and someone stitched it together to make it finished. But I still really like the song, but it doesn't sound done or finished.
I mean, I don't, obviously I don't dislike it, but that one is not, it's not essential listening for me.
Yeah.
Oh, it is for me.
Like, I'm fine with it, if I'm listening to the album as a whole, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. But if I was, just picking and choosing Beatles songs,
I
Right.
feel like I hear it all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
I hear it on Beatles Rock Band all the
Yeah,
time.
that's true too. I play it on there a lot, but also I feel like I listen to it quite a bit.
I don't like the chorus. I just really don't.
Okay, you have a good point. It is kind of annoying.
And I might be wrong. I think this was like the very last Beatles song.
It was.
Oh, no.
It's the last one.
Not all four of them, but it was George and Paul and Ringo got together to finish off this. I'm not sure
That's
what all
just
they added.
sad.
That's why the chorus is so bad. They're like, let's get this over with.
No, it's bad. That's a sad end for the Beatles.
Yes, this is how the Beatles ended.
No hate to this song, but like,
Doesn't seem.
I
if
would
it
be
had
like,
been like the end, it'd be like, that's
Wow.
they would be like, let's not break up. But I can see why they're like, all right, let's finish this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with y'all. This does not excite me. Okay.
Should we even? I guess we should have decided this before we started. But should we even do "Dig It" and "Maggie May"?
Let's just do the song and then the next song.
Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna skip. We might come back to "Dig It," but we're just gonna listen to "Dig It" through to "Let It Be."
Yeah, we'll just talk about it if we feel like we need to.
And again, that may be the Beatles' most famous song.
Probably. It's got 78 million views.
It's
Holy crap. Yeah.
it's a great song.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think even like I think it's a pretty popular in like gospel
Yes.
circles as well. So
Well, the first single release of it was Aretha Franklin.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
She recorded it before they did,
right.
Wow.
or released it.
Yeah. So
Because they waited so long to release it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, definitely it's one of their best songs, without a doubt.
yeah.
And it's funny because, like, I always get the sense, like, when you watch them recording it, that
the others seem kind of bored, because to them it's kind of boring for them. But, like, how are you going to be like, this song about your dead mom is boring to me? No. They're like, here you go, we'll just name the album after it. Here you go, sweetie, I'm so sorry. They're like, let's just, we can't tell him no. It's just, okay, it's the lead single. It's okay, boo-boo.
I couldn't, like, how whenever he talks about this song, he's like, my mom came to me in a dream. I could not go on, like, in front of a camera and talk about something like that. And, like,
He's probably said it so many times it doesn't mean anything.
which kind of, that's the price you pay, I guess.
Paul is a showman.
Yeah. He doesn't cry.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever cry.
He writes songs.
Right. I
He
mean, like,
channels.
I'm sure he cries.
He
The
does not
tears
cry
go back
for
up in his
anyone.
brain and become lyrics.
There you go. That's probably true.
And then he cries it out from pen to paper.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's a really emotional song.
Oh,
I mean,
It's sad. Yeah.
I remember when we saw him the next day, I was like, you still want to listen to someone. So I was listening to the Beatles, and this song came on, and I was fine. And then this song came on, and I lost it. It just was like, poo, and I was crying and crying and crying. I was like, it wasn't like, it was just, I saw the man who wrote this song, this beautiful song, and he played it.
Yeah, he did play it.
I mean, he
Oh, yeah.
always plays it.
this is one of those,
He has to play
if he didn't play it, people would be like, how are you not going to play Let It Be?
Yeah.
Right.
Which is so funny, because, like, this is the end of the Beatles.
They throw tomatoes at it.
Right.
Like,
but it is.
this is the end of their career as the Beatles, and he's still writing songs that are, like, standards.
Yeah.
This is their shitty album.
Well, he still had a lot, and he was still going to continue to make hits. So
I mean, he has whole
Yeah.
collections of greatest hits. Of
From-
not even counting his Beatles.
right.
Nope.
I just, I like this song a lot. I mean, it means a lot, but it is a little annoying how omnipresent this song is. Like, when I was in orchestra class, you ever, like, on the sheet music, they, like, mark off certain sections of the songs with, like, a square with, like, an A, or a B, or a C for you. Like, alright. And my strings teacher, he would be like, alright, class, let's go to letter B. Letter B? And we'd be like, oh my god.
Whew,
I
that
like you,
is-
dude, but you do this every time.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It's a little too popular, but the song itself is really good.
yeah, I like obviously the sentiment is great, because, I mean, it's just saying let it be, what else can you do?
I mean, to me, it's just another example of the classics are classics for a reason.
Right.
This is kind of one of those classic albums that there's not much to say about.
Sure.
I mean,
Pretty
it's
short.
a huge album.
Yeah.
I
like that,
like all these songs.
I bet it was super sad when this came out, though, for fans.
Because they were already broken up.
Right, and they're like, here you go, and they're like, let it be, and you're like, okay.
Ah, that's so sad.
Yeah, I just wonder, you can read all this stuff you want about it,
Yeah,
what it was like back then. But if you weren't there,
you don't truly.
you don't really know.
Right.
I mean, I just, by the time I got to the Beatles, they'd been broken up.
They've been
Yeah.
dead.
One of them had been dead. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, there will never be any more Beatles. And even though I knew this was their last album, it's like, well, but I can still just go back and listen, that's it. But I can just keep listening to them.
Right.
Which
there's-
was true then,
But
but
you
you're
didn't
used
know
to
what
getting
they were
new
gonna-
stuff from them.
Right, they were getting a lot from them.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at least once
Constant.
a year you're getting something new.
Right.
And they were continuing to get stuff from them solo.
Right.
Like, by the time...
It is different, though.
It's different, but it's like, you can still, like, support them as solo artists. We didn't have that. We have Paul and Ringo doing solo stuff in our lifetime.
One Direction. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, but it's like when we watched that Complete Beatles or whatever, and they fade away, and it's sad, and we were, like, sad when it shook us as children. It's
Yeah.
probably like that times a million.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like,
And also
what?
at the time, you
What?
probably had no real idea what was going on with them except what was in the paper, which was they got girlfriends, especially this one. And you're like,
Exactly.
what happened? You know, all we know is she showed up. I
love
can
those,
kind of understand people being a bit mad at her, but
yeah.
because all of a sudden,
She shows up,
She's-
and they're a really famous couple, and then they're over.
right?
And you're like, excuse me?
yeah, I can understand why I think it's unwarranted, but
With what we know now, there's no need for it. But at the time, and there was no need for the racism that came along with it directed towards her.
well, yeah.
But, like,
I mean, that
besides
is true. Like, no, if people do give him crap for it, for Paul inviting Linda McCartney along,
right?
which I always thought, it's like, so John did it, now you want to do it?
Yes.
But in reality, he just wanted to be with his wife all the time.
Right.
But,
But
you
it's
know,
also like,
people
well-
will sort of tease, like, oh, he just sort of stuck Linda in the back there, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, people hate Yoko Ono, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know.
She's very controversial
Pe-
as
like
a
her
woman.
name itself is like, if you call someone a Yoko, you're being insulted.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, that's not fair.
That's not nice because that's some people's name. That's people's name. Like, that's, you can't make
Hey, my
someone's
name's
name-
Karen. I'm just.
Hey. But, like, a Yoko, she didn't really do much.
No.
You know, she was what she was, or she is what she is,
Right.
but
Like, she's not great, but she's, you know, she just, like I said, she is what she is. But yeah, it's like, well, Asian people, you do anything wrong as an Asian person, someone's gonna call you a bunch of racist things.
that's true. I mean,
It's really sad.
she's not stereotypical what people expect from Asian women
Or
at
women.
all, especially because Asian women have this stereotype of being good because they're more submissive than white women and black women.
Right.
Therefore, they're better, you know, for people who feel that way.
Right.
That's what they think. And she's not that at all. You
Right.
know, she is a free bitch
right.
type of woman, and whatever.
I agree. I mean, we'll have to
So-
give Yoko her own episode, but
Yoko.
Do you prefer the guitar solo in this version or in the single version?
This
the
one.
single.
Oh.
I like them both, but the single one
I
I
do.
think
Have you ever? Apparently, they were supposed to be played at the same time.
to be weird,
Huh?
like over each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've actually
I'd like
heard
to
someone
hear that.
like spliced it together.
Did it sound good?
It sounded pretty good.
I would like that. They should have done that.
Yeah.
I go like the actual solo itself. I go back and forth. Like whichever one I just heard, I'll be like, that one's better. But then
Yeah.
I hear the other
That's
one. I'm
probably
like,
what
no,
I'm
this
doing
one's
right
better.
now.
Which
Like, I
one?
like this one. They're both good. They're both fine. They're probably better together. I haven't heard it.
I'll
You've
see if I
seen
can
the
find that
video
video.
for Let It Be, right?
Yeah.
Which one is the one that he plays in that video?
I think he's playing a third.
Oh,
Just-
well, I like that
just the
one. then.
demo.
How many different solos did they have for this song?
Whatever he came up with.
At least 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
they published this the day before Paul's birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
Wow.
birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright. So again, I guess we'll just go straight from Maggie May into I've Got a Feeling.
Yeah, did we have anything to say about Dig It except for the...
Dig It. I've seen the video where, because that was like an extended, they were just riffing
Yeah.
and jamming,
Yeah.
and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
they
don't
would have
mind
put just
Dig It.
like 2 or so minutes of that on the album,
I know he's
no, it's
quoting.
better than that. It's mostly just like guitar solos and stuff.
I know he's quoting, you know, Bob Dylan in that song, but I bet when the Rolling Stones did hear this album, they're like, "Wow, can't keep his name out, our name out of his mouth now, can
He was pressed, honey.
he?" He was
Okay.
And then Brian Jones was like, "Let's go swimming, lads."
That's so mean. Well,
I think he was dead by the time this album came out. He was dead.
not...
Yeah. After "Let's go swimming, lads," that
Yeah.
was it.
That's the
what I
last
was
thing
talking
he ever
about.
said.
No, that's his last word, yeah.
Probably.
But let's see. But no one went swimming with him. That's so sad. He said,
Mhm.
"Let's go swimming, lads," and they were like, "No."
They're like, "Get out of here, goblin."
Oh no!
There were people in the pool with him.
Then how did he
Then
die?
why'd they let him die?
It's really.
Someone killed him. There's no way you let your friend die.
We have to find an episode of the final 24
There might not be one. There might be one, but there might. I think there,
There
are
has to be
documentaries
one,
about.
right?
Yeah, there's a on. I think it's on Netflix or something. It's
That's
like
Final
a
24.
27 Club thing. There's an episode about him. They might talk about it. Also,
That's
they're not really
basically
decided
how-
what happened. So
That's basically how I think we talked about the Monkees biopic that they made for VH1.
yeah, that's what.
Those are the calibers of actors in that. The ones they
Yes.
get who don't speak and like reenactment,
Yes,
Yes.
I
who
love.
look nothing like them.
Yes.
I love the Jim Morrison Final 24. It's great.
What is he doing again? I've seen it.
Dying.
Oh, he's just like taking a bubble bath.
Yeah. Yeah. Eating French fries. Last thing he ate was French fries. I'm just
That's
kidding.
so gross.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Because he got them in France.
Pommes frites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, French fries. Ride the French fry to your doom. And then he died. Okay, so we're just going to go straight through to Maggie May to I've Got a Feeling.
Yeah.
So begin Maggie May now. All right, I've Got a Feeling. That's another one of
I
my
love that
favorites.
song.
It's definitely like top tier on this album for
Oh,
me,
definitely.
Same.
It's
and maybe in general.
Yeah. I like it.
it's good.
Everyone pulled their socks up or whatever. I like that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way. Well, I mean, because it was two different songs,
Yeah.
and they just merged them.
Right.
But I like it when people do that, where
Me
like
too.
you know, the one voice is singing this and the other guy's singing that.
Right.
It's really good when the Beatles put their songs together into one song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it really well on Abbey Road, but also Sgt. Pepper's. I think all of their best albums have that, where it's
Right.
they combine their works together
Yeah.
to make one song.
I wonder though if like that, like the medley and then this, like fusing the two songs, because Paul kind of did that quite a bit in his solo career, like Admiral Halsey,
Yeah.
Band
Yeah.
on the Run.
Yeah.
Right? He
What
likes
about it?
that.
I just wonder if that was, you know, where he was like, hey, I like that. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, probably, I guess. I mean, what
I
like
mean,
is,
it might be like a cheat code, but it's very effective, you know?
Oh, it is. I mean, Band on the Run is probably Paul's most famous solo song,
Yes, it
and it
definitely
does it really well.
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Such a good song.
Really good.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Save
should
it,
do
though.
that.
At one point, yeah. I like that, you know, I think I mentioned this before, that 1968 was a incredibly effed up year or whatever. It was their 2020, you know, just a mess. And I do like that he, like, wrote a song like, last year sucked, what was that, you know. So, I don't know.
Wonder if we'll get any of those.
No.
We'll have to wait till next year when this is actually
yeah,
over.
Those actually, like, the thing
I'll
is,
write it.
Oh, we're not getting into this. We're not getting into
Yeah.
this. Nope. Say nope.
Because you know what? That ages the episode.
So,
You know, people 200 years from now, they'll be like, what are they referring to? You
Well,
know,
that's-
Jeremy knows we're talking about the COVID-19 pandemic. Look it up, future people.
remember when you couldn't
Yeah.
say COVID-19 on YouTube? Is that still a thing?
I hope not.
Well, the check will let us know.
Yeah, because there was a point.
Why?
No, you could say that. You couldn't say coronavirus.
Why?
I don't know. No.
It's just what it's called.
It was at the beginning
Yeah.
of it, and they were like,
I guess
they
because
wanted
a
to
lot
stop
of
the-
people were probably making like, welcome to truthbringers.gov.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you the truth.
I think it was like an attempt to like stop like a panic or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, no, you know.
That's true.
I can understand their thinking.
Yeah.
But so we're not going to talk about it.
No, we don't need to talk about it. There's nothing we need
we've
to
said
say
enough
right now.
about it.
Let's forget about it.
So
Okay.
up next, it is the 910. It's the one after 909.
Oh my gosh.
That is not just on this album. That is my favorite Beatles song
Yeah.
of all
Yes.
of them.
Why?
I guess, sounds good, but it's also just a feeling.
What's the feeling?
My brother bought the album from, there used to be stores that all they sold were CDs.
Okay, Grandma, let's get you to bed.
Stores were all they sold were CDs. And he bought Let It Be. And we were like, Mom, Dad, can we listen to it in the car on the way home?
Aww.
They were like, yes, you can. And we put it in, and
You tuned in.
we put it in, and everything up to that, I had liked everything, but nothing really stood out, except for I noticed the guitar solo was different on Let It Be.
You're like, oh my gosh, it's different.
And then when I got to that song, I'd never heard it before. Not even a fraction of it.
Never even heard of it.
And it starts, and by the end I was like, wow, what a good song.
Aww.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah. So the way that it just struck me as an 8-year-old, I still say, hurrah!
Yeah, I think you guys brought it to our house pretty quickly after that, because we were pretty hyped to hear it.
Yeah.
I remember being like, oh snap, and we're finally going to listen.
What, to the album or the
To
song?
the album.
Yeah.
And being like really excited. It was like an event.
I feel bad though that this is your favorite song. 'Cause this is, in my mind, this song doesn't even really exist, but it's just like a ghost in the periphery of my knowledge. I'm just like, man.
Oh.
Perspective.
That's probably what's wrong with you.
I'm in the middle about the song. I like this song.
I don't hate it. I just.
And then, boy, my mind was blown a second time. Because One After 909, that's on Let It Be. That's the Beatles' last album. A couple years later, my brother gets Anthology 1, which I know is from the late 50s to 1962. And what do I see on there? The One After 909.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I listened to that one.
My God.
And I liked it.
You
too.
love the Beatles so much that you love your favorite song is their first song.
One of their first songs.
It's like one of their first songs they wrote, right?
They did write it early in the day, yes.
So.
In the day of Beatle.
In the day, if the Beatles' whole career was one day, they wrote it probably at
2 in the morning.
9 a.m.
What?
No. Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that one of the songs that really kicked off the Beatles to the point where they came and revisited it
A lot.
at the end.
Well, that's the whole thing, is they were trying to get back
Right.
Yeah,
to their roots. And they were like, hey, what about that song we wrote back when we didn't have to get back when we were there?
Yeah. So, basically, you love their root. They're the bulb of the Beatles. That's how much you love the Beatles. They don't even have to be a complete plant. They could be a bulb.
Yeah.
And they're your favorite.
I also really like In Spite of All the Danger off it.
I
love
like
that
that song
Yeah.
a lot.
I am surprised that they never ever came back to that.
It's a little too melodramatic.
They knew Aaron Taylor Johnson was gonna
Oh man, that
blow it
part.
out of the park.
That
in
part
movie.
cracked me up because he is just
singing.
he is going for it.
Yeah. He sang the crap out of that song in a not the best way.
Nah.
I thought the other guy, the short one,
What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
He's in Queen's Gambit,
Yeah,
but
I don't remember his name.
remember his name.
I thought he was funnier in that scene, but
I don't know. I tried to watch that movie. I'd seen that clip of him singing In Spite of All the Danger. I tried to watch it, but just all the scenes with John with his mom, I'm like, are they gonna is she going after him?
You have to realize that the woman who directed the movie, he married a year later.
Yeah, I know.
And she was very much older, like John's mom's age.
yeah,
And
So
so
you
she's
think the whole thing was just
projecting.
She's like, imagine if I was hitting on you like this.
Exactly.
well,
she's
it is an
projecting.
extremely kind of weird story. Apparently, she knew him when he was 7 or so. And then when he turned 17, she's like, I'm gonna make this movie. And then she put him in it.
And she projected the mom character herself onto that character.
I don't like to speculate.
Yeah,
on
you know,
stuff like
that's
that.
their business.
Yeah, I don't care. But let's just say that's the interpretation of what's going on there. It's a little inappropriate. She also made 50 Shades of Grey, so that's her. You know, that's her. That's how you say. That's her.
And if Paul, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for talking about your friend like that. Because they're friends.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's gonna listen.
All right.
Well,
So up next is, depending on your point of view, this one can be a little controversial. And it is The Long and Winding Road. Okay.
why is this controversial? Oh, never mind. I know.
What?
I know.
What?
Because of the Phil Spector
Yeah.
production.
yeah.
I guess it's mostly controversial because Paul McCartney
Hates it.
hates this.
He's wrong.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
I like it. It sounds...
Magical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I've heard Let
I
It
don't know.
Be
I guess, though,
Naked a
that's
couple
the-
times, but
I don't
really
think it was supposed to feel that way, is the thing.
okay, but I do
okay.
like that you. I don't know. Okay.
I have heard Let It Be Naked, like, which is the worst title, by the way.
That
But
is pretty, that's pretty.
it's weird.
It's cringy, yeah.
That's Paul McCartney's too famous. He doesn't have somebody who would be like, I don't know about that, buddy.
Right.
And it's just like,
Exactly.
oh, that sounds good, Mr. McCartney.
Just like Paul is live. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Anyway, and then the version on that is, it kind of hits different a little. You're like, ooh, ow, owie. And the song's already owie, owie, owie.
Yeah.
It is a lot more poignant with just him on the
Yeah.
piano.
Yeah.
Pretty
I just
much.
think that's,
But I do like,
I think that's what it was supposed to be.
yeah.
Well,
to me,
yeah, I mean, Paul has said, yeah.
To
That's
me,
a lot
like the
more sad.
orchestration illustrates like a bad storm in a way, like wind and rain in my head when I hear it.
I can see that.
So I appreciate that. I like that. You know, he's
Sort
walking
of.
down this dark road where it's windy and rainy and just. I guess that's what I mean. It like kind of transports the image of it.
I think it's kind of him saying, you know, there's this long and winding road out ahead of him, but he's saying, I've always come back to the Beatles,
Yeah.
especially
Oh.
to John.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a breakup song. It is
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, John and Paul breakups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
It is so
I
good.
love
This
that
is
he's
the
like,
Lennon-McCartney.
I wasn't thinking about that. Like, yes, you were. But
I was just drinking a lot and growing a beard because I wanted to die, but not. It just was.
It was a coincidence.
I'm
Okay?
writing about John. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of thinking that.
That's
But
fair.
this song, I've cried in the car to this song.
You cried to this song a
A
lot.
lot. I love this song.
This is Megan's favorite on the album,
Yeah, definitely.
if not one of her most favorites.
Of all time,
It's
yeah.
probably in the top 3 or 5 for her.
Probably. Yeah. I
It's
like
a
this
good song. It's
I really like this song as well, but
Yeah.
it's a good song. I think it's very emotional. It's definitely one of their most emotional songs. But Paul wrote most of their most emotional songs like that, like
Yeah.
Yesterday or Let It Be.
Jeez.
He was good at that. Is it it?
no.
Okay.
All right. Up next is the last George song on a Beatles official album, and that is For You, Blue. For You, Blue. Feel like that's it's really different from anything George has done to this point.
He's never done like a blues song. I don't think.
I mean, this is a pretty unique sound for a Beatles song.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's obviously a blues song,
It
You
is
know.
a blues song. Yeah.
and they don't do a lot of straight up blues songs.
Right. Well, they never really touched too deep
Except
into
for
the blues.
Your Blues.
Yeah, which is
Every time
making
they
fun
did,
of
they put
new age
blue
blues music. I think.
in the title.
Yeah, I think it's because they're pretty self-conscious about being a blues
Probably.
band, or doing blues music because they're not a blues band, you know.
Yeah,
And they
that's
didn't,
fair.
you know.
They were a pop band.
Right, they were an R&B band, and they were surrounded by the Stones and Cream and Yardbirds and all this who were blues bands. So, you know, I'm sure they're like, well, we're just gonna like step in your lane, but we're not gonna like be really like nonchalant about it. We're gonna be like, yep, we did a blues song, you know, and be like in your face. Probably just to not be casual about something that people be like, oh, they think they're one of us now, or whatever. You know, it was pretty
Yeah.
intense, like the band, like world, like social world like that, the rules or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that.
We don't. Listeners nowadays, I don't think they understand.
The average
culture.
one would be no way, because it's gone.
It's way gone. You have to really kind of like read all the dumb books they have and whatever to kind of understand it.
Right.
You know how intense, how intense this blues culture, this music culture, that kind of thing was. You know, like we said before, you know, this was their social media.
Right.
It'd be like they're speaking like internet lingo when they say stuff like "for you blue," "your blues," whatever. You know, it's like a boomer language that we don't get as much anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like that's how they like send out messages to each other, these bands or whatever, to the generation. They were like with these songs, so of course it meant a lot if they changed genres like that, you know. They were, what they said was important because obviously people took what they said or their songs even way too far very easily.
I mean, it's like we were talking about the guy earlier.
Yeah.
You know, who was like, but you're talking to me. You're talking to me when you say that. You know, it's like part of that's mental illness, love, but the rest of it is like, you know, that's how important these bands were back then. That, you know, they were literally this. We don't have
the microphone for the generation.
We don't have it anymore, so it's we don't have anyone to really compare it to.
Yeah.
And the same level that the Beatles were at.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do like "For You Blue" a lot.
Yeah.
It's a great little song.
It's sweet, yeah, and I think his slide work is really good.
Elmore James has nothing.
I think Elmore James has something on him,
he
but
was like, honey, I don't know about that.
but it does sound really good.
I think that's why he's laughing when he says
he's
it.
like making fun of himself, like, hey, who I think I am, you know, which is, yeah.
Which is funny because to bring up the Stones again, when they did stuff like that, they were like,
right.
And
well, Brian Jones used to call himself
Elmo
Jones because he was like
Elmo Lewis,
yeah, because he was that obsessed with Elmore James or whatever, and he was like, I'm as good as him, or whatever, which he was the best in England back then. But so it's funny for Paul to be like, I mean, George to be like saying that, you know, be like, I don't think I'm him, but I'm gonna joke about thinking he is.
Yeah, they're definitely self-conscious about their blues interest.
Yeah.
More than the other bands of their peer group.
Yeah.
But it's fun when they delve into it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are already at the end. It's a short album it's short either way, but when you pretty much skip two of the tracks, but they're not very long. But we're at the final song. The final song on the final Beatles album is Get Back. All right. Well, the last Beatles song. What do we think of it?
I love that song.
It's a great song.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think, some people probably, I think, a little bit get kind of like offended a bit by the song.
It is a little bit controversial.
It's a little controversial, but I think in general people are like, hey, they wrote a song humanizing people who are trans. I mean, back then it was called transvestite, but, you know. It's
Yeah, he
transgender
at least
people.
uses the right pronouns
Right.
when he refers to her.
That's weird because there's another line that they cut out where it's like, "Listen to me, man, don't want no Pakistanis."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they. That's why the song's controversial because I see people go on about this a lot. That the original version of the song was making fun of some politician who was racist and didn't like Pakistani people and wanted them to leave, and they were like, "Get back!" And they like in the studio started making a joke song about him, and they were like, "We like this song, but we need to change the lyrics.
People aren't gonna get it. Yeah.
No one's gonna get the joke, and we're gonna come off like racist." So they changed it. Obviously, they wrote a new song or whatever, but that version is still floats around, and people are like, "See, they're racist because they don't get the joke," you know. I mean, I think even in the, don't quote me on this, I have bad memory, but I think even in the recording, they kind of like stop and go like, "Eek, well, oop, no one's gonna get this. We should probably change it." Something along those lines.
And then Eric Clapton was like, "Hey, can I have that song?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, "I voted for that guy." He
Yeah.
probably didn't vote back then.
But I like this song. I mean,
Yeah, I like
I mean,
it too.
it's interesting, you know. It's like, hey, let's get back to our roots. But
Yeah.
then John plays the guitar solo.
Mm.
You know, that was the
Right.
whole reason they let George in the group
Yeah.
was because he could solo and they couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's funny that they were gonna. This was the original concept of the album was this song,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know that's what the name of the documentary is going to be about because it's the Get Back sessions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
I'm so excited.
I like that. I don't know. You know, because I like that they talk about the Southwest in their
Yeah.
song because they
Well,
haven't talked about it before.
No, well, he was dating Linda,
Yeah.
and you know he's probably like thinking about Arizona for the first time.
Right.
You know, so all of a sudden, it's
Was
something
she
he's
live there?
in. She went to college there,
Oh, okay.
and she wants to live there. They did live there.
Yeah, they did.
You know?
It's like when you find out there's like a place in Britain called Woodfordhamshire. You know, it's like, never heard of that place. That probably.
If you
I
start
mean, I don't know
dating
if they ever
someone,
toured in Arizona or not. You know.
no.
No.
I mean, if you start dating someone, they're like you were like in love with someone. They're like, I just love it in Woodfordhamshire. All of a sudden, you're
Woodfordhamshire.
thinking about Woodfordhamshire a
Yeah.
lot,
Right.
and you're like, wonder what happens there.
Yeah.
And if you write stories as songs,
Mhm.
you're gonna have a character that lives there.
Yeah.
In Woodfordhamshire,
Oh, yeah.
JoJo.
Yeah,
upon the lake.
JoJo.
What you know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
upon some lake or pond that they decided to give a name.
I know, right?
Yeah.
England's a mess.
Away from England, we still have a queen for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm unleashed again.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
You have to unlock a certain level of friendship with me to get my opinion on English people.
That's true. And none of these people listening, sorry, Jeremy. Friendship level not unlocked.
Jeremy just threw his headphones down. He's like, "Wait."
Or you have to spend at least 6 hours with me
Buttocks.
before I say it. I don't. I'm just kidding.
But
But
the one right behind me isn't there.
yeah. But yeah, I like this song. I think it's a bop.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's the last one on the album though.
Billy Preston
Yeah,
piano work. That's what really gives it that.
yeah.
I think I want because the idea was let's just have him. Let's be 5 dudes now. What if that would have taken and they had
would
done it?
be SOL nowadays because he is cancelled.
Why?
Yeah.
He was.
I didn't know that.
He was. I mean, it's bad that he did that. Obviously,
They
But-
couldn't have known about that at the time.
Right,
He
well-
hadn't even done it
He
yet.
kind of looked like.
he was molested himself. and
Yes,
it
he's
just
like
sort of,
R. Kelly.
yeah.
Oh my
It just sort of came back in a vicious full circle. You know?
Which
But
Which
it's
is what happens when
jeez.
you don't get help, I guess. Back then, let's not get into this.
yeah.
But anyway, he is canceled.
Oh, I had no idea.
So
But his piano is.
he's
very
a
talented.
great pianist.
Yeah.
So
Oh my.
I didn't even think I would have even brought him up. You're right, but
had no idea. I had to
Yeah.
sit with this for a while, but
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is what it is. He's dead now, right? So
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I knew
Whatever.
that. But I get so they'll joke at the end, you know, and then pass the audition. It's so
Oh God, old
Grading
people
now.
love that. That's like their favorite Beatles thing.
my
Ever.
strings teacher
They laugh.
used to say that all the time.
To me, I always when he says, "If I go out of the girl, I hope we pass the audition," the laugh afterwards doesn't sound real.
It is real.
Who
But-
laughs like ah ha 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 ha?
I love
People were laughing because John Lennon said something.
because old people love that joke because they're like,
You're the Beatles.
It's
But
like,
my favorite part of the song is when Paul goes, "Thanks, Mo."
Yeah.
Really quiet because Maureen is sitting there
Oh.
in front of him,
laugh.
and she's the
Yeah.
one that goes, "Yay!" And he's like, "Thanks, Mo." And she's an original Beatles groupie, so it's like
That is so sweet.
she's still there with them,
yeah.
and he's still like, "Thanks, Mo." And I love that part of the song.
Aw.
That's so stupid because it's, but I love that. Every time I hear it, I'm like, love it.
God.
But I'm also a Paul stan. I like anything he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he farts, I like it.
You've never heard him.
I'll never
fart.
hear it, but I would like it if I did.
Yeah. So I guess we're at the end of this Beatles thing.
For
Yeah.
now.
What a journey it's been.
Yeah. It's been like what? We started in January or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like early February, late January.
I'm glad we did it though, because it's
Yeah.
been fun.
It has been a while since I've sat and listened to the Beatles albums in order.
Yeah.
I usually do it over the span of like a day or two.
Yeah.
But
It is nice to have like once a week. I think about it all week. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Revolver week or
It's
whatever.
Revolver week, yeah.
so Beatles have been with us for the past 5 months or 4 months.
Yeah.
but also real heads will remember they've been with us our whole lives.
Yeah.
We've been Beatles fans since we were
I was 5.
about yay big.
Yeah. And I've always, you know, I haven't shared every thought I've ever had about all their songs, of course, because I can't, that would take way too long. But it's also nice to, like, you know, because I lead a small life, so to have it somewhere, cemented somewhere on the internet that I love these songs has been nice. I've always wanted.
Record.
Yeah.
There's only been one song that we've hated.
Oh, yeah.
There's only
Which
one.
one?
The one on a Hard Day's Night.
When I Get Home.
Yes. Ugh, I blocked it out.
Oh, wow.
But that's the only song I've hated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some I like less than others, but
They're
that
definitely,
I don't like.
you know, I mean, that's the thing. There aren't really any bad Beatles songs.
Except for that one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That one and another one that you'll have to wait until we do Past Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're gonna take a break from the Beatles now, but one day, when you least expect it, we're gonna do Past Masters. So, if we didn't get to your favorite Beatles song, don't worry.
If it's on Past
Yeah.
Masters, you're again SOL.
Yeah.
But that's like all their songs.
I know. If
Except
your
for-
favorite just happens to be In Spite of All the Danger, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there's some that are only on Anthology.
Yeah.
And it's mostly covers, but I've said before, the Beatles live at the BBC is a really good album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. But it is mostly covers.
Yeah, it is.
But that's kind of cool, you know. That's probably what you've
Covers
mostly
enough
seen
Anymore.
if you were seeing them when they were starting out,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. It's just sort of a look back.
Right, right. Yeah.
But yeah. So until next week when we pick someone new to cover,
Whoever
Good
it
luck.
might be.
Whatever it is.
do well in school, Jeremy. If you're a grown man, do well at work.
If you don't have a job, do well in life.
Yeah. So long.